Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are from, joining us in this webinar organized by Megamind Plus Academy for Education, Training, and Consultancy. As you know, Megamind Plus Academy works on three sectors: education, training, and consultancy. In addition to these Saturday night webinars, we have published some books in the field of education. And I think in the previous webinars, we have presented the cover pages of these books, and they are all available in the libraries in Kurdistan region, in the cities. In addition to that, we have a very active and very rich uh, YouTube channel for Megamind Plus, where all our previous webinars and useful workshops and training courses are available free of charge. This webinar is also going to be recorded, and then the recording would be um, posted in the channel. If you are not um, a subscriber or not joined the Megamind Plus Academy, just write Megamind Plus in YouTube, and then the logo will pop up, and then you can subscribe. Um, Tonight is a special issue that we are tackling, actually, and this is the special issue of one of the DOAJ index journals in Kurdistan region. That's called Zanko Journal of Humanities, published by Salahuddin University. We know journals have the right, in addition to their regular issues, to publish some special issues. These special issues could be based on language, based on theme, based on any other characteristic that the editing board or the managing staff of the journal deem it necessary. We had a proposal submitted by Mr. Rizgar, Qasim, and Dr. Ismael, uh, so that we, as the Salahuddin University Journal, Zanko Journal, as I said, we publish one special issue specified for a theme related to English language teaching in order to see the context, or in order to have a better picture, a clearer picture of the case under scrutiny, as we can call it. This is webinar number 142. I would like to thank the volunteering team of Megamind Plus Academy in advance for all the hard work and effort they have put in the organization of this and the previous webinars, and for the presenting team today. The editing team of this special journal would be two main editing guest editors, Dr. Ismail Rafaat Faraj and Mr. Rizgar Qasim Mahmood. I will just try to introduce the guest editors very shortly, and then because maybe their profiles would be shared later on with the audience. Dr. Ismail has earned his master's degree in ELT from Gaziantep University in Turkey, and he holds a PhD in English applied linguistics and English language and linguistics and applied linguistics from University of Suleimania, and he is currently a teaching staff member at Suleimania University and University of Suleimania and University of Halabja. His research interests are bilingual development, individual differences, language acquisition, and ELT in general. He has so far published five papers, but out of these five, four of them are in international journals. and only one of them is from a local journal. The other guest speaker who is not online yet, I think. I'm just checking the names again. Uh, Unless he's coming with another name. Mr. Rizgar, if you are in the Zoom, write something in the chat box and write your name, or if you are using uh, another name for your Zoom account. No problem. Uh, Mr. Rizgar Qasim Mahmood, he also holds a master's degree in linguistics, TESOL, from California State University in the United States, where he completed his study as a Fulbright scholar. And he's currently doing his PhD in applied linguistics, second language acquisition at the University of Wollongong in Australia. And before going to his doctorate program, he was an assistant lecturer at Salahuddin University in College of Education. He has a very rich profile for research, and his research usually examines effectiveness of pronunciation instruction, technology assisted and mobile assisted pronunciation learning, written and oral corrective feedback, and language teacher cognition and development. And special attention is given to under-researched EFL context in the Middle East. Uh, his works appeared in high-profile peer-reviewed journals, and he has also participated in several um, books and other places as chapters and as editor also. Uh, and he has worked with teams from Oman, Iran, and Iraq, and many other places. So tonight we will be uh, listening to Dr. Ismail and Mr. Rizgar for more details about this special issue that Zanko Journal of Salahuddin University is going to um, publish soon after the requirements are met. So, Dr. Ismail, since Mr. Asghar is not here, you can start until he joins us, and the other editors are with you. Dr. Chalak from University of Chermo, Mr. Farhad Sami from Salahuddin University, and myself also will be. We will be all available in case there was a question about further details or during a Q&A session. Yes, Dr. Ismail, you can start.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Himdat. Thank you for other members as well. And good evening to everybody. And I'm very honored to be here today to present this webinar with my colleagues, of course. And thank you for the participants to be with us tonight in order to learn from each other. So as Dr. Himdat just mentioned, Zanko Journal invited us for a special issue, and the special issue entitled "From Tradition to Transformation: Emerging Directions in English Language Teaching in Iraqi Kurdistan." So, as guest editors with my colleague Mr.Rizgar Qasim Mahmood, we will try to deal with this special issue, and we will invite researchers, authors, nationally and internationally, for sending us the manuscripts and papers for this special issue. So, as you know, special issue varies or differs from normal issue, or let's say those issues that are worked on from the journals on many occasions, So I just want to start directly from this slide, what this session will cover. Of course, we will try to cover throughout this webinar certain points, including, for example, what's special issue, how this special issue differs from the normal issues of the journal and every journal, I mean. Then we will try to talk a little bit about our special issue, especially, and how should the authors deal with this special issue while they want to send their manuscripts to this special issue, and what's the duty of the editors, and at the same time the authors, reviewers, and other board members. And then we will try to clarify the stages or phases that we will focus on throughout the process, from the very beginning of submitting your manuscript to the point that it will be published. So what makes this issue special is that it differs from a regular journal issue, and we will, of course, try to keep with the standards of the journal, but at the same time, our aim is to some extent differs from the regular issues, and we will later on talk about these differences, of course. Of course, it's also important to for the authors to be aware that the special issue focus on the Iraqi Kurdistan as the context of the study or research. And we will also take into consideration, I mean, points relating to the writing quality and also the evaluation route, as I mentioned. These are different aspects that we will try to deal with, as I said, as a team, not just as editors, since it involves more than the editors. In the regular issue, of course, normally you will see papers that cover different topics within the general scope and aims. Of course, the fit of the manuscript for a regular, issue depends mainly on the general aims and standards. But when it comes to the special issue, we will try to focus on certain themes, and at the same time, as guest editors, we will deal with the, let's say, manuscripts mostly. And at the same time, we will try to keep some sort of balance between different topics, methods, context, and contribution. Of course, there should be different contributions from different manuscripts. So our aim is not just focusing on certain topic. Of course, yes, we are dealing with ELT, English language teaching, in Iraqi Kurdistan, but at the same time, as you know, ELT involves many, and it's very broad, let's say, topic and field. So we'll try to keep some sort of balance between those topics that are related directly or indirectly into the ELT. So the task of the author is that, let's say mainly, before going into details, is to show that the manuscript belongs to this issue, and at the same time that it tries to contribute to the field of English language teaching in Kurdistan, and at the same time trying to provide some sort of useful implications and suggestions for the, for example, different entities, including governmental officials, maybe policymakers, researchers, teachers, and so on. Of course, as you know, that ELT has expanded, and it passed through different stages. It has involved different forms of reform, and in terms of the of being an international field, of course, whether it will be studied, I mean, in any part of this world. And it involves private sector or private education, public education, and it needs the involvement of professionals and so on. Of course, ELT and topics related to ELT face, different or various challenges in terms of the curriculum, teacher preparation, assessment, pronunciation, feedback, resources, and teacher education and so on. So therefore, it needs to be focused on as its own in order to reach more useful findings and more useful suggestions. Of course, recent work showed us and asked us how teachers and learners need to adapt into different contexts and settings. I mean, since we are living in an era in the technology era, so things pass very, let's say, quickly, and it requires some sort of innovation and negotiate with the English and professionals and academics in order to be able to keep up to date. Of course, in this regard, Kurdish multilingual contexts should take these points into consideration as well. In terms of the context of this special issue, as I just mentioned, it involves Iraqi Kurdistan. But this does not mean that international authors are not welcomed. We will come to that, and we will explain how they could contribute to this special issue. So when we say Iraqi Kurdistan, we mean by it studies that might be or that will be done at schools, universities, private institutes, maybe on topics relating to the teacher education, informal learning, and many other themes that we will talk about them later on. Of course, the standards of the, let's say, study or the work that will be submitted to this special issue must show clear theory methods, claim alignment, and avoid, for example, overgeneralization and overestimation of any case or any phenomenon. The contribution, with respect to the contribution of the manuscripts, we expect from the authors to provide findings in which these findings inform practice, policy, curriculum assessment, teacher development, technology use, and learner support. These aspects, with many other aspects, should be considered while trying to authors try to show the contribution of their work. Of course, the aim of the special issue is to study pedagogical change, classroom realities, institutional conditions in contemporary Kurdish ELT. And at the same time, we will try to improve research by showing some sort of balance and connecting theory with practice through a context-sensitive and methodological sound work. Of course, as I said, this kind of work help local scholarship and make locally grounded findings visible to international debates on language education, since such kind of workers will be shared through different platforms, including Google Scholar and ResearchGate and other, let's say, platforms, and at the same time on the webpage of the journal. So these are some options that will help international researchers and authors to be able to learn more about our context, which is Iraqi Kurdistan. So in relation to the themes of this special issue, these are some of the themes, of course, as we were unable to include all of the themes. For more, details, you may go back to the webpage or homepage of the journal, and there we share the proposal and the let's say every detail about the special issue. But here we'll mention some of the themes, including pedagogy, curriculum assessment, at the same time teacher development and identity relating to teacher education. issues, or let's say topics or themes relating to pronunciation, speaking, and feedback. Manuscripts relating to these themes are welcome as well. Technology, AI, and informal learning are other themes that will be covered in this special issue. Learner psychology, individual differences, multilingualism. Of course, when we say multilingualism, we mean by it bilingualism as well, multi-dialect as well, bi-dialect as well, and so on. These let's say themes are covered in this special issue as well. Equity, access, and regional variation, as well as issues relating to the conflicting areas in relation to language, of course, are another, let's say, theme that we will try to cover. And there are, of course, other emerging ELT issues that we were unable to mention them here, and authors can work on them and send their manuscripts in relation to these themes. Of course, authors need to be aware while submitting their manuscripts and trying to conduct a study on these themes, since working on a topic alone does not make that make a publishable manuscript. So there are other steps, and it's more than this in order to for the authors to be able to publish their workers, and at the same time for us to be able to work on your research. I mean, as editors and reviewers. So you have to do what? You have to name a clear problem or question within one strand, within one theme. And explain why this problem matters or is important for Iraqi Kurdistan, providing some sort of reasons and what's the logic behind conducting this study. And trying to, let's say, making some sort of link between local evidence to wider applied linguistics research, of course. At the same time, it's advisable for the researchers and authors to use an appropriate method in order to be able to answer the questions and to deal with the problem in order to solve it. Of course, in relation to the findings, the authors should clarify how teachers, institutions, researchers, policymakers can deal with these findings, how these findings help them in order to tackle a certain problem. Of course, in terms of the types of the manuscripts that we expect from you to submit to this special issue, we are expecting to receive papers in which they are empirical research in terms of whether it's qualitative, quantitative, mixed methods, classroom-based, or it's survey, assessment, or intervention studies. Within each of these type, of course, there are many groups that we will talk about them later on. At the same time, conceptual or theoretical papers could be submitted to this special issue. Review papers, practitioner inquiry. When we say review papers, mostly we mean by it systematic review or scoping review, and maybe critical reviews, but at the same time you have to provide strong claims for why you chose this type of paper, and why you try to follow this type of research and this design throughout your study. Of course, in relation to the title of your manuscript, it's the first step for the editors and also the reviewers, because the first thing that they pay attention to is the title of the manuscript. So it helps us, of course, editors and reviewers and readers as well, to be aware or to know about the topic and the context method or population and the contribution sampling and so on. So here some examples of titles. We have provided some titles showing which one is more effective, of course. A title like Problems of English Teaching in Kurdistan. This title is less effective, and at the same time, it does not include all of the variables that should be mentioned in order to help the reader to know which construct has been, let's say, investigated. But when you say teacher agency in curriculum adaptation in Kurdish University FL classrooms, you will see that you will be aware, or you will be able to know the context and also the variables, whether it's dependent or independent, to know these variables that were, say, investigated in the manuscript. In relation to the abstract after the title, we expect to receive a manuscript with an abstract in which the abstract should not be more than 250 words. And in the abstract, the authors should try to identify or clarify the focus, context, methodology, and contribution. When we say focus, you have to clarify you focused or you studied which, let's say, constructs and which issue the authors try to tackle. Then the context, of course, it should be Iraqi Kurdistan. The method, relating to the methodology, you have to provide a very brief, of course, explanation of the participants sampling population might be, and the analysis procedures, whether it's statistical or other, let's say, procedures. Then finally, in the abstract, authors should explain the contribution of the findings, and these findings is expected to or are expected to help which entities. In terms of the papers, you might submit empirical papers. And when it comes to the empirical papers, it's recommended to mention or to report design, context, participants, instruments, and the data collection procedures, analysis procedures, also the criteria of validity and reliability, trustworthiness. These criteria should be clarified. And finally, you have to deal with the, as researcher, to deal with the ethical issues. In relation to the qualitative papers, if your paper is a qualitative has a qualitative design, then in this case, you have to explain the procedures you have taken in terms of interpretation and themes emerged while analyzing the data. In terms of the quantitative papers, of course, you have to mention the statistical procedures, whether it's regression, correlation, t-test, ANOVA, ANCOVA, and so on. At the same time, it's important to mention or to display, maybe through a table, the effect size of, for example, the relationship between two variables, whether it's strong or weak. In terms of the review or conceptual papers, you have to define the scope and what's the logic behind choosing this sort or this type of, let's say, paper. Use, for example, a systematic review, follow this design. Besides this, we expect that the manuscripts or the authors make claims, and these claims must match the evidence. You have to provide evidence, whether from the either from the the literature, previous literature, or you might explain it in your words, but providing some sort of evidence at the same time. And you have to be aware that generalizability of your findings cannot be reached if your data is narrow, of course, in terms of the data and population and sampling. Another point that we, in this special issue, that will be, dealt with is writing quality. Really, is important, and one of the, screening criteria is the criterion is using an academic English. Otherwise, it won't be. Unfortunately, I say this. Otherwise, it won't be able to move to the second phase, which is reviewer. Therefore, it's expected from the authors and researchers to say the research problem directly and does not need to provide some sort of broad claims and quotations. At the same time, for example, in the section of introduction, it's expected to define key constructs and variables, explaining them from the previous work and literature, using them as a useful source in this case. Of course, it's also important to report results clearly, whether it's through text or tables. Charts might be used as well. But then discuss these results, and the discussion of the results should not be just the repetition of the results themselves. As the final touch, we expect from the authors or researchers to proofread grammar and be aware of the citation style, formatting, and the way that the tables displayed and headings and subheadings should be appropriately mentioned or written. Of course, when we say the contribution, we mean by it, what do we mean by it? In terms of the contribution, we expect from the authors to provide evidence and what's new data, for example, pattern or let's say results, findings, this paper can add to the literature. And making any sort of argument should be based on evidence at the same time. And how can this argument help us to understand from the topic, under consideration, to be different from the previous one? In terms of the method, of course, authors should offer a strong way to, to provide claims to how can other researchers study Kurdish ELT, and how can these help them in order to deal with maybe some sort of a problem. Normally this can be done in the suggestion section within the manuscript. And of course, the findings, as we mentioned from the very beginning of this presentation, the findings should be useful for wider community, including teachers, policymakers, researchers, institutions, and other entities as well. Here, it's worth mentioning that international contributors are welcomed warmly, but they can submit their manuscripts in the form of comparative studies when connecting and making comparison between the Iraqi Kurdistan context and other EFL or maybe multilingual contexts as well. And of course, collaboration between local researchers and international researchers is especially valuable, and such kind of work is welcomed, yes, by the editors and the board members. Then we have some technical requirements before submission of the manuscript as editors and reviewers and the board of the journal, we suggest and we ask the authors to take certain technical points into consideration prior to submitting their manuscript. These aspects include formatting. Of course, you have to submit a file in the form of Word document, and you have to follow as the author, you have to follow the Zanko template, and you have to use or to conduct have a referencing style throughout your manuscript. In terms of the files, you have to submit two different files, one with the title page and the other one, anonymous one, anonymous version without the information about the authors, as two different files, of course. Then the abstract, it should not exceed 250 words. Within the abstract, you have to identify focus, context, methodology, and thematic strands as well. Keywords that accompany the abstract, you should provide keywords, no less than 3 keywords and not more than 5 words or keywords. In terms of the similarity between your manuscript and any other one, or whether it's a single source or more than one source, those sources that you have used throughout your manuscript. So total Tarantine similarity should be less than 20%, and using any single source should not exceed 5%. In terms of using AI, you have to, of course, acknowledge the tool that you use in your manuscript. You have to clarify at which stage you have used this tool and in which section you have used it. Of course, it should not exceed 10%, using AI. So it's recommended to keep your manuscript within these limits. When the manuscript submitted to the special issue, the editors, the job or duty of the editor starts, which is trying to find out whether the manuscript meets the journal format, and whether it's written in academic English, and whether it fits with the special issue aim, scope, and so on. And of course, originality and contribution of the manuscript should or must be clarified very well in your manuscript. Issues relating to similarity and application, we have just explained it, whether in terms of using AI or using any other source. And you have to you should follow a strong methodological procedure in order to reach very fruitful results. And making any arguments should be evidence-based, and you have, at the same time, you have to explain how these findings help the wider communities, as I said, policymakers, educational officials, education officials, and researchers, teachers, and other entities as well. After editors, if your manuscript met these criteria, it will move to the next phase, and the work will be the reviewer's work. In such cases, reviewers read, of course, for the scholarly quality, not only topic relevance. So, firstly, your manuscript should fit with the aims of the special issue, and then the reviewer try to deal with the research design. For example, trying to find answers for the questions, do the questions, method, data, and analysis procedures used support the claims. Then interpretation and analyzing and providing evidence. These are other aspects that the reviewer try to deal with. For example, does the discussion explain the value of the findings rather than just repeating the results? Here, researchers should make strong claims, but these claims should be based on evidence. Of course, here there is some sort of link between these, contribution and also evidence and interpretation in a way or another. Finally, presenting these, aspects, whether it's results, analyzing it, abstract, findings, discussing the findings, should be written in, let's say, in academic English, and it should be clear, structured, and formatted, and it should be ready for publication with maybe some sort of minor adaptation and minor changes that the reviewer might ask the researcher or author to make later on. In terms of the timeline, of course, here we have tried to provide some important dates relating to the procedures that will be followed from the very beginning of submitting your manuscript till publishing of it. So, as you know, that submission for this special issue has been opened on July 1st, 2026. The deadline for submitting your manuscript is November 1st, 2026. And it's expected that the screening of the manuscripts will be completed by November 15th, 2026. Later on, peer review begins, of course, for those manuscripts that pass the stage of editors on December 1st, 2026. And the reviewer might suggest certain changes and might ask certain questions from the authors and send it back to the authors. In this case, the researchers or authors should deal with these suggestions and comments no later than February 15th, 2027. And the authors will be notified about the acceptance of their manuscript on February 28th, 2027. And the publication is expected to be done on April 2027. Authors might ask, how can I deal with the revision process when my manuscript sent back to me from the reviewer? So the authors, should try to make difference between suggestions, questions, and required revisions. Since in case of suggestions and questions, you might not make any adaptation or changes, just providing some sort of evidence and claims that will satisfy the reviewer, and that's all. But when it comes to the required revisions, it's expected from the authors to make these revisions. There is no way. The way of dealing with the required revisions and suggestions is that to create a response table with the reviewer comments and the actions that will be taken with regard to the revisions, and mentioning the location within the manuscript that you made this change. Of course, when you revise your manuscript, it's not just about changing providing some sort of a cover letter and sending it to the reviewer. No, you have to make changes within the manuscript, and at the same time providing a cover letter explaining how you dealt with the changes. Then one way of dealing with the suggestions and questions of the reviewer is that you might not agree with the reviewer, but you have to provide evidence and scholarly reasoning that will satisfy the reviewer without making any changes in this case. The way to submit your manuscript, of course, in relation to the technical aspects of this special issue is that, firstly, you have to visit the website of the journal, which is zancojournal.su.edu.kr, as is mentioned below here. Then you create an account on the journal's online portal, of course. Then you will start to submit your manuscript from the dashboard. Here, there are certain options. You have to choose the correct option. You have to choose the correct type of the article that you will submit. Mostly, it's expected to be original article. Here, again, you will see certain options and showing whether you are submitting this manuscript to a special issue. In this case, our special issue, which is from tradition to transformation. So you have to tick this option in order to be, to be sent to the editors. Then you have to upload two different or separate Word files, one with the title page with the information about the authors, and another one which is an anonymous version of the manuscript without any information about the authors. As the last touch, we expect from the authors before submitting their manuscript in the last, point or step, you have to check whether the title of your manuscript names the focus and context of the study, and whether the abstract identifies focus, context, method, contribution, and strand, whether these aspects were explained clearly within the abstract section. Of course, the introduction section of your manuscript, you have to ask yourself whether the introduction shows the study, whether the study matters for KDGLT and wider field. Then you have to be aware about the method that you have used throughout the manuscript, and whether this method could be able to answer the research questions and claims, and providing some sort of claims and a discussion of the findings based on the evidence again. And you have to make sure as well that the template of the journal has been used, and at the same time other issues relating to Harvard, the referencing style, which is Harvard referencing style, similarity limit, AI policy, and blinded review rules. These criteria must be met before submitting your manuscript. That's all about this special issue, and I hope that the way we explained our special issue help authors and researchers and answered their questions in a way or another. And that's all, Dr. Himdat, from me. And
thank you very much.
Any questions, we are here to answer them.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ismael, for this thorough presentation of the details of the this special issue. I have already in the chat box shared the links, the link to the journal portal, the link to the author's guide, and the link to the special issue details, all there, and even the template of the Zanco journal where you can work on. So thank you very much again. I would like to hear from Dr. Chalak and Mustafa Farhad, and then I will talk about how or what makes special issues special, actually. Yes, Mustafa Farhad, you raised your hand. You want to add something, please? Go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. I'd rather give the space to the participants to ask their questions, but I don't want to add anything, but just one thing which I thought it is important to say, that just very recently we have uploaded a new template for the authors to use. And the special thing about this template, which could be found when we know when they have to click on submission, and then there's a template. The good thing about this template is that there is the structure of the Zanko Journal of Human Science, but also there are specific guidelines under each section and subsection that could guide the authors how to write, how to structure, and referencing and so on. So what I would like to say is that please do use this new template that's already available on the website. Thank you very much.
I have added the link to the chat box here of this Zoom also, Mr. Farad, for your information. And dear participants, if you just go to the chat of this Zoom, now you will find the Zanko journal link, you will find the author's guide for authors, and you will find the template that Mr. Farad has just mentioned. And I think that would be that would make the job very easier for you to follow from. In addition to what Dr. Ismail has said, we want to make sure and reiterate this fact that the same process of an ordinary paper for review steps and screening and double blind and all this would be still applied for any paper submitted for this special issue as well. But the good thing of special issues is you will skip the long queue for publication, actually. One of the concerns of researchers is that their papers are accepted, but the publication gets delayed and delayed because of the burden and because of the long queue that they have. So one of the good things of this special issue is that it would be published next year in April, which we consider very normal range of waiting time for any reputable journal. Let's not forget that Zanko journal is a DOAJ indexed journal. So since that time, we have been receiving a lot of applications from different parts of the world. So it's not only local researchers who are interested in publishing in this journal. Having special issues, when the proposal came to us and I took it to the editing board and the managing staff, actually, there were very long debates and discussions about whether to agree or not, because this is the first time a local or a Kurdistani or an Iraqi journal, to the best of our knowledge, is having a special issue based on themes, academic special issue based on theme, not based on these are extracts from MA or PhD or others by language or conferences. So we thought actually this proposal or this idea of having thematic special issues is a win-win process for all. It's a win for the journal, it's a win for the authors, it's a win for the guest editors also. So because having a special issue, or let's say 10, 12, 20, depending on what you get, all about one topic in one collection makes it very easier for other researchers, for other people who want to write review articles or you want to cite. I don't know who's talking. If you don't mind, close your mics until your turn is coming. So one important thing is that when as a researcher, you want to do a research or conduct a research about anything, the problem is that you have to search from different places to find relevant papers. But in case of special issues, you will bring 10, 12, 15 papers in one collection to the bring it handy to the people who are interested in that. And this would be a very good chance for people to get published, a very good chance for people to get citations, because usually Search engines nowadays in technology and many other fields, it works, I mean, based on what we call algorithms that are on frequency. So if you publish 10, 12, 15 articles on the same topic, so this creates a loop within the technology, and then you will bring, I mean, it will be brought up into the list of results when somebody searches for this topic in, I mean, online. Um, we call it keyword clustering actually. When in Google Scholar or indexing databases like even Scopus and Web, they also favor what we call thematic relevance, not scattered papers from here and there. So for search engine visibility, these special issues are also very good. And in most cases, these special issues can become also like books, like standalone collections. They kind of are different than ordinary and regular issues of journals that have different topics from different disciplines, actually. So I thought these are very uh, important points if you are interested in joining a team together and try to publish one of your papers in a special issue. Some people might have a misconception about special issues. No, special issues are very good actually, and they are considered to be part of any journal. They are not separated. They are still in the same database, in the same portal, so they are considered uh, published by that journal. And this special issues is also a very good chance for networking with other scholars, either locally or internationally, or I mean, from different universities. We know that the trend nowadays all over the world is teamwork and team research, but actual teams who work together hand in hand based on a plan. I had this also to say. I think Mr. Rizgar has also joined, and we have maybe one question. Mr. Rizgar, I will give you a chance to talk, and then we will go to the Q&A session. I hope everything is fine, Mr. Rizgar. Welcome to the session. Now you can open up your mic and speak.
All right. Good evening, everyone. My apologies, dear Dr. Himdad.
No
I just
problem. No problem.
fell asleep. Yeah. Well, as Dr. Himdad was talking about, special issues are special in terms of publication, in terms of the rigorous um, process that you can submit your manuscript until publication. It goes through a lot of process to produce one of the best qualities of publications I would say you ever maybe produce, because it's not only one person reviewing, it's not only two reviewers, it's like editors and the other editors from the journal and the reviewers, external reviewers. So basically, like if you have publications through special issues, I would say for sure you can say this is one of the best publications I have, and you can, send for places. Sometimes they ask for your work and like high quality work. Definitely that's the one that you can trust. You can send. I'm not saying the regular publications are not, but the special publications, special issues are more special as it says. I don't know. I'm happy to, because I was not here. I'm happy to participate in answering the questions, dear Dr. Himdad.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dr. Chalak, you wanted to say something? I saw your hand up and then you are no longer raising hand. I don't know whether maybe he left. Shahan, I think it was Shahan who raised his hand. You can open up your mic, Shahan. Shahan, it's written. Yes, please.
Yeah, hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Actually, I
sir.
was invited by Mr. Shawkart, and I'm really thankful to him.
Thank
It
you.
was really a very nice event, and I got a few questions, but I would like to share one question if you'd
Yeah.
allow me.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
So, as I'm living in London, so I would like to ask the question on behalf of international collaborative submission.
Mhm.
So, if an international author partners with a local Kurdish researcher or institutions, does that co-authorship need to be established before submission, or can it be arranged during the revision stage if reviewers ask for stronger local grounding? This is my first question.
Mhm.
Should I ask more? May
Yeah,
I?
yeah. Ask your questions and then we will
Yeah, thank
answer
you.
them.
And when this is about AI use and originality.
Mhm.
So when acknowledging AI use by tool or stage and section, is there a template or example disclosure statement that you'd recommend?
Mhm. Mhm. Okay.
So
Thank you. Thank
I
you,
want to
sir.
ask
Thank you
more.
very
Thank
much
you.
for joining us. We are very glad to have international researchers with us in this session. First,
It's understood.
we would love to have international collaboration with researchers, and we are not, I mean, looking after previously established networks. This could be the beginning, and since you two, the researchers, or three together work together, we have no objections and no restrictions on that, and we are not demanding unless when, except when you apply, for example, maybe writing a message to the editor, or maybe a cover letter signed or at least written by both or all the authors who are working together. And one more thing, I think, Dr. Ismail, I don't know whether you mentioned or not, in order to encourage international researchers to collaborate and to coordinate and to network with our local ones, if any international researcher intends to work alone or with our staff locally here, the paper would be free of charge. The
Exactly.
paper, the paper would be free of charge, processed, published free of charge, provided that there is an international researcher alone or in a team. About AI, actually, we have our own regulations. We have our own software that we use, and we allow up to 10% use of AI. And it would be good to have a disclosure to say that AI and this AI has been used for this purpose or for this part of the paper. And but we don't have any specific template for that. I hope I answered both questions, but if Dr. Ismail, Mr. Rizgar, Mr. Farhad, Dr. Chalak have anything else to add, they are welcome.
Thank you, Dr. Himdat. I don't think on my part there's nothing to mention. Just yes, you are right. I forgot to mention that for the international researchers, there is no fee, and it does not cost them in any way. So that's all.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Rizgar?
No, the answer was provided, I believe.
Good, good. Mr. Farhad, anything to add?
No, thank you.
Dr. Chalak, I don't know. Okay. I hope everything is clear now, and I have already shared the links with the chat box, within the chat box, even the template of the journal also. And please do not hesitate if you have any question related to the content. That would be a very maybe challenging task for us, and we will be the first to try that. But there will be also chance for other researchers like yourselves to think of proposals of having other special issues in the future. And we also encourage our researchers to do research alone or collaboratively with others. And especially if you are at the beginning of your research career, I personally encourage review articles. I know original articles are good to have, but for a new researcher, maybe review articles would be a very good start. Read more about review articles, and then review articles would be good for your visibility of the profile, for citation, and for many others. And then it would be a very good start. It would be a boost for your confidence also. And then I think you will see how others have done the research. Yes, we have another question. Yes, please. I don't know how to read the name.
Hello,
Yeah.
good evening.
Hello. Hello.
My name is hello. My name is Muhammad Mahbubur Rahman. Currently, I'm staying in England, and recently I've started my research journey. I just want to know one single thing: is that if I submit my draft and if it gets rejected, is there any chance that I can resubmit it again, or is there any guidance available that I will get based on my draft or my submission?
Very good, Mr. Muhammad. Thank you very much. We are glad that we have international researchers with us again in this session. Any paper gets rejected, there will be a report of rejection, and then you will have the right to reply to the rejection and to explain in case there was something that could be fixed. Or we want to open up this channel of discussion between researchers and between editors, and not reviewers but editors also. That's what I have. And in our case, uh, any paper rejected after review, maybe it would be difficult to resubmit unless there is something very urgent that depends on your explanation or your uh, clarification for the case of your research. Uh, yes, we have another one. Parth, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity to ask the question. And
Go ahead,
my
please.
question I'm from London as well. So my question is there any minimum expectation for like what engaging directly with the issues focus that looks like for UK-based author writing about Kurdish EFL learners specifically?
Hmm? Okay, Mr. Rizgar, Dr. Ismael.
I Yes, I prefer leaving the answers for the questions to the to Mama Sarazgar since he was not here.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Yes,
please.
Sarazgar, yes.
Well, thank you for joining us all the way from UK to Kurdistan. Our theme is focused on the Kurdish learners, and if you have a link of connection with an author from inside Iraq, that would be really great. I would also say maybe you can find Kurdish EFL learners in the UK, for example. Those maybe are doing their higher education degrees. So that would be a good start if you are thinking about doing specifically with Kurdish learners. Other than this, I'm very confident that you can find very good researchers and also partners back in Iraq, and you can have your studies with them. I think that's the easiest way to begin with.
Good.
And even you can reach out to us as well. We can see if there are any other researchers interested in collaboration. Maybe you don't have connections right away, but we do have connections with people back in Iraq, and maybe we can link you up with them as well.
That's very good, actually. There are a number of groups like TESOLers, EFL educators, and TESOL Kurdistan groups that there are many enthusiastic researchers who are willing to cooperate. And as Dr. Ismail in his presentation talked about, there could be a chance for comparative studies also, similar things that were done, but our focus, as Mohammad Sarazgar said, would be Kurdistan context, right? Very good. Any other question, maybe, or explanation or addition? We have already received uh, submissions. So if you have an idea, you still have 4 months to finish your study, to start and finish. Maybe after tonight, you'll think of either doing a paper alone or uh, collaboratively with local researchers or international researchers also. So it would be a very good chance to uh, use this summertime and then make tonight your first step towards the uh, getting published into this special issue. Any other question, please, or suggestions? Anything that we have forgotten? We are glad that we had researchers from different parts of the world. I can see that there are people from
Dr. Himdad, just for
yes, yes,
that, for our colleague, I forgot his name, the last question. I just want to mention something. You know that Kurdish community living in the Great Britain, actually in London especially, you can, in a way or another, could be found. And our special issue and even doing research on Kurdish community is very valuable, and it could be done actually. This kind of community could be reached in a way or another. And when it comes, as you know, that when it comes to conducting studies, not all about having, for example, 100 participants, for example. There are cases of, let's say, case studies working on one or two or three, let's say, people. So working on case studies, I mean, having conducting case studies is very valuable, relating for with the issues of, for example, Kurdish language acquisition or English language acquisition for the Kurdish community there, their children, how are they learn, or how they learn, for example, Kurdish language when they live in diaspora, for example, and how they learn English language, and which language they use when they speak at home and outside at school, and so on. These are some really important questions that need to be answered. Of course, there are studies conducted with other communities elsewhere, maybe, for example, in the United States of America, with the Polish, maybe, and other communities as well. But when it comes to Kurdish community, there are rare cases of such kind of studies, and it's really valuable to work on. I know that it's really hard to find 100, 200, 1,000 participants for a study in London when it comes to Kurdish community. But case studies could be done, and the findings from these kind of contributions from these kind of studies are very valuable to us and to the, I mean, researchers worldwide as well.
very good. Thank you, Dr. Ismail, for explaining it further. You see, we have different people with us. If you write in the chat box from which city, from which country you are with us, you will see that there is a very good mix, that this session could be also the very beginning of establishing a network of researchers who are interested in the same field, actually, and maybe there is very good potential of working together on a topic, or either this one or maybe another paper, not specifically for this special issue, but the topic of tonight is this special issue. But we would love to see this connection and this networking getting started from tonight. So we have people from Erbil, from Suleimania, from Halabja, from London, Central London, Oxford, London, and from different parts also, which is a very good sign actually. We have very good researchers with us, as we said, from different cities. Yeah, Halabja, Central London, Suleimania, Erbil, Oxford, London, and there are other places. I'm sure that we have researchers from. I know from Halabja, another one, Mr. Irfan, and Baghdad also we have. Very good. Okay, that's a very good start actually. I have posted the links above. If you can go up to the chat and then find it if you were not able to do it. But no worries, we have recorded the whole session for you, and we will be posting it and we will be publishing it in our YouTube channel, and we will put it in the groups also later on in the specialized groups, and you can share it with people that you might think they are, interested in, and we will write the zanko.humanity email in case you wanted to contact us, or no, and that's the zanko.humanity SU, that's the Zanko Journal email, and in case you wanted to, Mr. Rizgar, Dr. Ismail, you can also share your emails here in case somebody wanted to contact you. I don't know whether we have done it. LinkedIn also, in case we can also have, just a minute. LinkedIn. Somebody's asking for LinkedIn also. So if you don't mind, you can put it there so that people will contact you, or that would be a very good start. Mr. Shaukat, I think you raised your hand. Yes, please go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Himdat.
Hello.
Thank you for your nice presentation, Mr. Himdat and Mr. Ismail, all of you. I invite my best teacher in London, Mr. Shan.
Thank you. Thank you very
for
much.
Mr. Shan to accept my invitation. I have one question. If you have a LinkedIn, can you share LinkedIn every week? Is more useful to share for people.
Okay, we will.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Shaukat, and thank you for inviting other scholars. And we hope that this collaboration will continue.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Imda.
Very good. Very good. Mr. Rizgar and Dr. Ismail, if you can share your LinkedIn here also so that they will also contact you. All emails are there, but since they asked for it. If there are no further questions, we might end the session with the hope that we get several submissions from people who were with us tonight, or from the word of mouth that you will disseminate amongst your colleagues and then the groups. We hope that this will be posted in the English departments across the region also. I know we have groups related to EFL, TESOL, and many others, but the departments also are very good. So we will be trying to send the invitation to the English department heads so that they will put it also in their department groups if they have, and then maybe there will be more networking potentials and opportunities. Thank you very much for being with us. This has been a very productive and very interesting session. We expected people to join us, and it was really good to have a very good mix. And thank you very much again for Dr. Ismail, for Mr.Rizgar, for
Thank
Dr.
you.
Salak, for
Thank you.
Mr. Faraj, for co-working together in this special issue, but especially the two guest editors, Dr. Ismail and Mr. Rizgar. Thank you very
Thank
much for the audience for being with us for around 1 hour and 23 minutes so far. So thank you for devoting your time for this very interesting topic, an interesting session for having a special issue. And we hope that there will be other sessions regarding either this special issue or regarding research and collaboration and networking and similar topics in future.
Dr. Will,
Yes.
I wanted
Yes,
to add
please.
something.
Yes, please. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to work on the project. Definitely, couldn't have been done without your help and support of other colleagues as well. Secondly, we are thinking about other sessions as well, especially if you are a novice researcher and you are struggling to come up with, if you have questions regarding writing or the structure of the paper, you can just reach out, or generally with Dr. Ismael, we can have other sessions in terms of what we're really expecting from the abstract and maybe from the introduction all the way to the conclusion. So in that case, it's easier to have a very neat, well-written manuscript within our expectations as well. I'm sure you guys have ideas, but sometimes it's hard to put it on paper or on the document. So we'll be more than happy to have other sessions in relation to the special issue or any other upcoming issues as well.
Very much. Fair enough. I think there will be other chances also for further explanation. Without any other delay, if Mr. Farad, do you have anything to add, please, at the end? Mr. Farad, anything to add?
No, all good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Ismail, anything to say? Your last word?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. And no, there's nothing else that need to be explained. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Rizgar. Thank you, Dr. Ismail.
Thank you
again.
so much. Thank you.
I'm very positive that this special issue would be really special, and with your support, with the support of the researchers around the world and the locals collaborating together, and it would be a very good chance also to get published in DOAJ, at least DOAJ Index Journal, which would open up the way for you to go to the international community as well. Thank you very much, and stay tuned with Megamind Plus Academy for further events in the coming Saturday nights. As we said, Megamind Plus Academy is working in the field of education, training, and consultancy. And one of the ongoing sessions or events is Saturday night webinars, and tonight's webinar was number 142 actually. So imagine how hard the team is working in order to get things ready and preparations, and until we find suitable topics and speakers for our topics. So thank you very much, and special thanks go to the voluntary team of Megamind Plus Academy again.
Of course.
And have a good night. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Close the session.